Hello, everyone. Over the past several weeks, my project has focused on the Nature Conservancy's reforestation efforts in Western North Carolina following Hurricane Helene. So, my original goal for this project was to learn how a conservation organization helps restore forests after a major natural disaster while also supporting local communities and protecting ecosystems for the future, specifically in Mount Mitchell State Park. To achieve that goal, I researched the Nature Conservancy's restoration work, the environmental impacts of Hurricane Helene, and the partnerships between conservation groups, government agencies, volunteers, and local communities. I also looked at interviews with the Nature Conservancy staff, news articles, and information from state and federal agencies to understand both the ecological and social impacts of the project. And I was able to interview one of the employees of the Nature Conservancy myself. One of the biggest things I learned is the forest restoration is much more complicated than simply planting new trees. Before any planting can begin, damaged forest needs to be assessed, invasive species need to be controlled, erosion needs to be reduced, and native tree species must be carefully selected so that the new forest will be healthier and more resilient in the future. I also learned that successful restoration depends on collaboration between nonprofit organizations, government agencies, scientists, landowners, and volunteers. Something that surprised me was how important community involvement is in the whole process. I originally thought conservation work was mostly done by environmental professionals, but I actually found that volunteers and local residents play a major role in restoring trails, planting trees, monitoring forests, and helping communities recover after disaster. Their involvement not only speeds up recovery, but also creates stronger connections between people and the environment around them. And I was actually able to sign up and become a volunteer for the Nature Conservancy from July 10th to the 24th. So I'm super excited about that. And this project definitely changed how I think about environmental conservation. Before, I mostly associated conservation with protecting forests from development, like keeping it safe from logging companies and things like that. But now I understand that conservation also includes helping ecosystems recover after natural disasters and preparing them to better withstand future events that may become more common because of climate change. And it also changed how I think about individual responsibility. While large organizations like TNC have the resources to coordinate major restoration efforts, individual people still make a meaningful difference. Whether it's in volunteering, like I previously mentioned, or supporting conservation organizations financially, or even practicing responsible recreation. The people are what really, the people of the local communities are what really lead these conservation efforts. And working on this project also changed how I view local ecosystems and communities. Even though Hurricane Helene caused widespread destruction, it also demonstrated how resilient both nature and people can be when they work together, especially the community members in Western North Carolina. Forests also provide benefits that many people take for granted, including cleaner water, wildlife habitat, recreation, and protection from flooding. Restoring these forests benefit not only wildlife, but also the communities that depend on them every day. And this was really showcased by the tragedy of Hurricane Helene. And overall, in conclusion, I believe I successfully achieved my original project goal. I have gained a much deeper understanding of ecological restoration, community involvement, and the challenges of rebuilding forests after a major natural disaster. But more importantly, I learned that conservation is not just about preserving nature, it's about creating partnerships between people and the environment to ensure that both can thrive in the future. Thank you for watching and thank you for all of your support throughout this term on my project.